We start all outdoor training sessions with a quick warm-up of attention. This gives our dog the ability to absorb their surroundings, and we make sure that they're able to pay attention. Once we have attention, we're ready to begin our walk. We have been working for a while now on increasing the number of steps we are able to take between each click and treat. Now that our leash walking has become more consistent and we're able to keep our dogs focus on us more than they want to focus on the surroundings, we are ready to begin tapering off reinforcement and using some non-food reinforcers to help keep our dog's behavior reinforced. One example of a non-food reinforcer in the environment of leash walking is the ability to go sniff. We want our dog to be able to explore their surroundings, and we can use sniffing to help reinforce leash walking. During this process, we still want to make sure that we plant our feet if our dog puts pressure on the leash. We will continue to click and treat the release of pressure and attention to us, and as long as that leash gets loose again, we will be able to begin leash walking. In the more advanced stage, I will vary my reinforcement quite a bit. I click and treat loose leash and attention the most often right away in the beginning of the walk to get my dog warmed up and when we encounter any distractions. Between distractions, I am tapering off reinforcement, meaning I am taking more steps between each click and treat, and I am choosing to reinforce loose leash and attention with the opportunity to go sniff. Here you could see that approaching the pine straw, I get Lennon's attention and then reward attention and his previous few steps of loose leash with the ability to go sniff. I allow him to explore the environment for a certain amount of time before I grab attention again using the name game and say, "Let's go," to keep him moving in my direction. I click and treat him the moment that he begins to pair up with me again, and we start to loose leash walk. After a nice long spurt of loose leash, I call attention and then say, "Go sniff," to reward the loose leash and attention.
Really should get that stick out.
Depending on your dog, there are lots of things that might cause them distraction, so make sure that you strategically click and treat more frequently as that distraction becomes present. In low distraction environments, I allow the opportunity to go sniff as the reinforcement for loose leash. Sniffing is wonderful enrichment for our dogs, and we need them to be able to explore their environment. But by putting it on cue, I can control where they do it for safety purposes for both the dog and for myself. As you begin to taper reinforcement, watch the quality of behavior. If you notice that as you are urging to take more steps between each click and treat, your dog begins to get distracted and you start to see some pulling, that's a good sign that your dog is not quite ready for that many steps. Go ahead and start reinforcing more frequently to increase the quality of behavior before you start to taper again. Remember that loose leash walks should be fun for both you and your dog.